In wise words of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the law is not a respecter of social, economic, or political status, and every litigant who seeks access to justice has to be treated equally. Having said that, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. It is a matter of great pleasure for me to welcome each one of you to our first international moot court competition organized by Amity Law School, Amity University, Haryana. We would like to extend a very warm welcome to our honorable dignitaries, faculty members, esteemed guests, and our participants present here today for this inaugural ceremony.
We are extremely honored by the presence of our chief guest, Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh, who has spared his precious time to share with the students his prowess in the field of law and encourage the participants to have a healthy competition and encourage them to master the practical application of law. We are also extremely honored to have constant support and guidance from respected founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and Chancellor, Amity University, Haryana, Dr. Asim Chauhan. We are also highly elated to have with us our respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar, and Major General Gurpal Singh Pal, Dean of Students' Welfare, Amity University, Haryana, and Director, Amity Law School, Dean Law Faculty, Major General P.K. Sharma on this occasion.
Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dhan Sampada Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya Deepajyoti Namostute. Saraswati Vandana is a prayer offered to Goddess Saraswati, who is regarded as the deity of knowledge, music, arts, wisdom, and learning. The prayer is chanted to seek the blessings of the goddess for success in academics, music, and any other creative pursuits. With that, we would like to inaugurate this competition with Saraswati Vandana. I request the IT team to kindly play the song.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah. Shatru buddhi vinashaya deepajyotir namostute. Deepajyotir namostute. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhana sampadah.
Amity University, Haryana is a part of Amity Universe and has been established under the aegis of Ritanand Baldev Education Foundation, a non-profit education trust under which all Amity institutions are run. The university has a vision to develop as a fully industry-integrated university, providing a global platform for nurturing talent. The advantageous location of Amity University, Haryana is in the close proximity of the major corporate hub guarantees ample opportunities to Amityans in terms of industry's interaction and job prospects. In these few years after its establishment, Amity Law School has come alive with creativity and ingenuity. The vision of Amity Law School Haryana is to strive to be a leading institute recognized internationally and known for its socially relevant legal research and education. Research and innovation is a way of life here, focusing on practical learning through real-life projects and endeavoring towards a comprehensive development of its students. The values of Amity Law School are fully aligned with those of the university, with a view to create a culture that reflects the values of social justice and excellence, and by giving opportunities to the students by regularly conducting legal aid clinics, conferences, moot courts, seminars, and guest lecture series. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that Amity Law School Haryana has also been 27 in NIRF 2022 and 36 in the MDRA India Today 2022 ranking.
Before that, may I just take a minute and welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma. We are very grateful to you, sir, and Dr. Vikas Madhukar, our respected Pro Vice Chancellor.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we are
Good
so
morning,
fortunate. So
Good
we are so
morning to you.
fortunate, sir, that Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh, with one phone call, accepted our request. And he told me that he's more than a Fauji, more Fauji than me, sir. He joined 5 minutes even before I could join, sir.
Sir, we are all here to extend a very warm welcome to our very dear and very strong well-wisher of Amity Education Group, and one of the most eminent professors of law who led the national universities for decades together, our dear friend and colleague, Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh ji. We are so delighted to have you, sir, the past president of AIU and one of the tallest figure in the arena of judiciary, education and research. We have highest respect for you, and we are so delighted that you are our honorable chief guest when we are discussing international law, and also it's a now new avatar in the context of the intense globalization in which we have entered through the digital age. And we want to do this by utilizing the most modern technology, the knowledge of law, and at the same time sensitizing the younger generation that lies for the welfare and well-being of the society. It is not to be seen as something to be scared about. It should be seen something to be possessed with pride and practiced with pleasure, so that the abatement of the law is minimized and compliance is maximized. And it is that kind of world in which we need to now enter into, now that we are empowered with much greater access to knowledge and know-how and awareness about what exists as rules and regulations. So we look towards you with great hope and excitement to seek your advice. Our own law school, headed by Major General P.K. Sharma, has very brilliant members of the faculty. Each one of them is equally brilliant. Whenever I ask them any searching question out of the box, they responded as if it is being argued in the court of law, with proper context, with proper references, with exact wordings as enshrined in the Constitution. I'm so delighted. And so equally bright are my students. And I'm very happy, in fact, being part of a university where we have such a vibrant law school, which within a short period of time has placed itself among the top 30 law schools of the country. We are very proud of our school, and we are very proud of our connect to Professor Ranveer Singh ji, who is blessing us, I know, from wherever he is, in terms of his excitement, in terms of inspiration and inspirational guidance to our faculty and to General Sharma Saab. So we are very much delighted, and I extend to you a very warm welcome, Professor Saab, for sharing your valuable time.
Thank you, Sharma ji. I'm a part of the family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, Ananya, go ahead. Please go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
I have purposely
You're
dressed
muted.
like an Indian today because I thought when we talk of international law, let the pride in India also remain intact, despite
I
being
know.
global in our approach and mind, actually, and also
Right.
assimilating the rich wealth of the cultures of the other nations. Thank you.
I know, but you look smart in this.
Yeah, the compere, please go ahead, master of the ceremony,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
please.
Mooting is a specialized application of the art of persuasive advocacy and provides law students a valuable opportunity to hone both their written, oral, and advocacy skills in the competitive field of litigation. Realizing the value of moot courts, the Moot Court Society of Amity Law School, Haryana, always works through the combined efforts of exceptionally competent faculty as well as the enthusiastic students, and organizes various competitions to brush up the practical knowledge in the field of law in the students. The efforts of the society are channelized towards grooming the law students to make them fit for the legal world. It provides them with the opportunity to get trained at working in teams by giving different challenges in order to mold their attitudes and personalities and prepare them to face real life situations gracefully. Amity Law School has successfully organized 5 highly anticipated and prestigious national moot court competitions, which were inaugurated by the revered and esteemed dignitaries such as Honorable Chief Justice Deepak Mishra, former Chief Justice of India, and Honorable Chief Justice A.K. Patnaik, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, Governor of Uttarakhand, and others. Furthermore, the validity ceremonies were chaired by distinguished and accomplished dignitaries such as Honorable Justice Swatantra Kumar, former Chairperson NGT, Sri Suresh Chandra, Information Commissioner of the Central Information Commission and former Law Secretary of the Government of India, Colonel R. Balasubramaniam, former ASG, and Professor Balraj Chauhan, among others. This time, the organizing committee of the competition strives to successfully organize its first Amity International Moot Court Competition 2023 virtually. And this event will be another milestone for the law school as well as for the university. First Amity International Moot Court Competition is a simulation based on the leading issues emerging at the international level that are encountering rampant occurrence in today's world. The event aims to instill confidence in students and motivate them to overcome the ongoing crisis by exploring all the dimensions in the legal world. The competition confers a unique opportunity for the participants to understand the various conduct, procedures, and application of international law, along with the opportunity to hone courtroom manner and etiquette.
We would like to extend a welcome to Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Haryana, Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar. Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar is specialized in finance and strategy and holds his doctorate in international finance from Kurukshetra University. He is the Dean Faculty of Management Studies, Director of Amity Business School, and also heading the Amity Innovation Incubation, which is supported by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology under MIghty 2.0, and leading entrepreneurship and startup initiatives at the university. Dr. Vikas Madhukar has a rich and varied experience of more than 22 years in teaching, training, research, consultancy, and administration. He has produced 10 PhDs and contributed more than 65 research papers in different national and international journals and conferences. He has also authored articles in Times of India and published 5 books on strategy and other management areas. Dr. Vikas Madhukar is the editor-in-chief of Amity Management Analyst, the prestigious biannual refereed Journal of Amity Business School, and also heading Center for Financial Analytics. He has implemented several reforms in the area of students' enrollment and contributed immensely in implementing various academic and administrative initiatives in key strategic areas of the university. A guide and a mentor, he led with collaborative approach and possessed excellent multitasking skills. Now, I kindly invite Sir to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. P.V. Sharma, our eminent guest of the day, Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh Ji, Major General P.K. Sharma, Director and Dean of Amity Law School, faculty members, students, and dear participants. On behalf of Amity University, Haryana, on behalf of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Aseem Chauhan, on behalf of all faculty members, staff, and students, I extend a very warm welcome to everyone to this first International Moot Court competition. As our student was just briefing, that Amity Law School has earlier organized 5 national law moot competition, and this is the 6th one, but this is the first international moot court competition being organized by Amity Law School. And I'm proud to share that we have received an overwhelming response from the institution, not only across India, but also from overseas. We have had more than 36 participating team from different institutions. We have participants from major national law universities of the country. We have participants from other good private institutions such as Symbiosis. We have participants from overseas also the country like Sri Lanka and Dubai. And I must say that the moot court competition, the series of moot court competition being organized by our Amity Law School is really popular across the law fraternity in country. As we talk about the law, we talk about the judiciary, we say the principal role of the judiciary is to protect the rule of law and ensure supremacy of law. And in especially the judiciary plays an important role in the life of a common man. It is a source of confidence and fearlessness. The common man depend upon judiciary for getting justice. Without a security of right and freedom granted by judiciary, they cannot really hope to carry out their job and enjoy their living. They are more dependent upon judiciary than the legislature and executive. Without judiciary protection, their lives can become miserable. From citizen point of view, judiciary is the most important organ of the government. So we know that, keeping in mind the one of the important pillar of the governance, the judiciary, of course, the good law education plays an important role in ensuring that we should have a good governance, good judiciary system, and a good law education is aims to prepare students for the legal profession by providing them necessary knowledge and skill set, which is important so that they can execute their duties and responsibility and serve the society and contribute to the growth and development of the nation. So while we're talking about the good law education, I must say that there are various innovative teaching pedagogy which has been used, and one of the most popular pedagogy is mooting, which impart necessary legal skills among students and prepare them to face the challenges which has been posed by the new world economy, new world economic challenges. We know that now we are living in an era of globalization, privatization, liberalization, and the digitalization has also made the issue quite complex. So it is very important from the perspective of legal education that we should adopt the right kind of pedagogy and impart the right kind of practical skill sets so that our students, they can be prepared to take up the challenges of future. And I'm very happy that our law school has been adopting all innovative pedagogy so as to ensure that the necessary skill set should be imbibed among our students. And perhaps this is the reason that our school of law has been ranked very high, both by private ranking agency and by the government ranking agency like NIRF. Our law school has been ranked among top 30 law school of India by NIRF in 2022. And also our India Today, the one of the finest leading magazine, has ranked law school among top 30 in the country. So we see the kind of the quality law education which law school is imbibing. I'm sure that the day will come when the law school will embark as a #1 institution of India imparting law education. Major General P.K. Sharma, I appreciate the effort of the organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful show, and I hope that the next 3 days are going to be very, very productive, and the teams which are participating across different institutions from India and outside, all students are going to gain a lot from this exercise of moot court competition, and we are looking forward to have a fruitful outcome of this. Wish you all the best to all teams member and participant. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Madhukar.
Sir, we had made a very small movie on the moot proposition. This is a new thing that we do in our law school. So we make a small 8 to 10 minutes movie on the proposition, and then we display it. So before we request the earlier, so there was some internet issue and we could not play it. So before we request the Honorable Vice Chancellor for his words of wisdom, sir, I'm just asking the team to play that small movie, sir. It will interest everyone, sir. Yes, go ahead, team. First, go and play the movies.
That will be in the end. Let Dr. Sharma speak.
सर सर ने अगर बोल दिया तो हमारे पास कुछ नहीं बचेगा बोलने के लिए सर. He's such a wise man, sir.
मेरा काम आसान हो जाएगा ना.
I am so grateful, sir. You give him a topic and he can speak on it, sir. Wonderful capacity and capability, sir.
As per your program.
Sir, just give us 10 minutes, sir.
Please, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah, Ananya, go ahead.
The United States of China, or the USS, is a well-developed country in South Asia. It is famous for being the world's most populated country, with a population of around 1.3 billion people. China gained its independence on October 31st, 1943, and before that, it was ruled by various other foreign powers. The United States of China, after securing its independence,
I apologize for the internet glitch, but we would like to restart again as the movie was a little awestruck. Just a minute and we will restart it again. Our IT team is restarting it.
Always download such movies in advance and then play. Then I think you will have less trouble than otherwise.
We always believe
Yes,
in
sir.
more time in formalities.
Yes, sir, we had downloaded the video. Actually, there's a Wi-Fi connection issue. So we are sorting it out. Just a minute, sir, and we'll play the video.
And actual program take a backseat.
You need to realize that the Lordship has limited time for the court.
Sharmaji, man, me and you are out of this world now.
Sir, I am following suit, sir.
No, you are a different league because Fauji are very obedient.
Sir, we are ready with the movie. IT
Okay.
team, please play it.
Yeah.
the United States of China, or the USS, is a well-developed country in South Asia. It is famous for being the world's most populated country, with a population of around 1.3 billion people. China gained its independence on October 31st, 1943, and before that, it was ruled by various other foreign powers. The United States of China, after securing its independence, adopted a constitution which transformed it into a strong democratic republic. On its western front, the USS shares its borders with Kyrgyzstan, which is a hostile neighboring country. Kyrgyzstan has a population of around 500 million people, and its history tells us about its military coup, which has occurred twice. And because of that, public health and education are declining, but the inflation is skyrocketing. And lately, popular unrest has grown in this country. The relation between the two countries have been rough. 3 wars have been fought in the last 30 years, and the incidents of cross-border hostilities are frequent.
Good morning, everyone. We got an intel from Kyrgyzstan. They are planning to attack our city, Ropan. What are our options?
Mr. President, we should take this matter very seriously. और हमें कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा इनको रोकने के लिए.
Exactly, Mr. President. This is a matter of great concern. हम अपने देश की सिक्योरिटी के साथ ऐसे खिलवाड़ नहीं होने दे सकते हैं. We need to take care of the safety and security of our people.
सर, हमने कैंप की एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन ढूंढ ली है.
और हाँ, हमारे पास वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन है that we need to launch an attack and neutralize the threat.
All right. Let us special force and neutralize them on 15th of June 2021.
वर्क टीम। हमने टेररिस्ट कैंप को खत्म कर दिया है। अब हमारा खतरा टल चुका है।
लेकिन टीम, हमें अभी भी सतर्क रहना पड़ेगा।
अंडरशूट सर।
Sir, we have detected sniper activity in the civilian house.
ठीक है, खत्म कर दो उन्हें।
Yes, go for it, officer.
As the special force reached the targeted camp, the officer in charge commanded the squad to attack. The squad mistook a civilian house nearby for a sniper nest and fired an RPG at the said house.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rachel, reporting live from studio to give you recent updates on the USS and Kyrgyzstan situation. The USS Special Forces carried out a strike on a civilian house, mistaking it for an enemy sniper nest. This has led to deaths of over 20 civilians. The international community and people of Kyrgyzstan are outraged by this act of aggression. The Kyrgyzstan government has declared this as a deliberate act of war and warns the USS to prepare for unimaginable repercussions. Now we have a reporter live from the field of Kyrgyzstan.
We bring you to the on-ground situation. As you all can see, the protesters have captured the USS embassy. They are creating so much violence here. इन्होंने हमारे buses जला दिए हैं, and the situation is getting out of control.
In a move to de-escalate situations between two countries, the government of USS deployed a special consular officer to the embassy of USS in Kyrgyzstan. The ambassador arrived in Kyrgyzstan and worked upon de-escalating the situation between the two countries so that further incidents of violence could be avoided. As the days passed in Kyrgyzstan, the people took to the streets, blocking roads and highways and organizing sit-ins in front of the government buildings. Police was called to disperse the crowd, but then the protesters were defiant and they were chanting slogans against the government calling for war.
This is an act of aggression against our people. We demand justice to all the lives we have lost. The USS has declared war on Kyrgyzstan with this act of terrorism. We warn the ESS to prepare the consequences of their act. We will not sit idle while our citizens are killed in cold blood. The government of Kyrgyzstan considers the recent actions of the USS to be an act of war. We will not stand while any enemy continues to
Thank you, team. Moving forward, we are also graced with the presence of Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Haryana. Eminent academician Professor P.B. Sharma, currently the Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Haryana, has been the founder Vice Chancellor of Delhi Technological University, DTU. Professor Sharma is a former professor of IIT Delhi, former principal of Delhi College of Engineering, and the past president of Association of Indian Universities. A doctorate from University of Birmingham, UK, Professor Sharma, during his professional career spanning over 53 years, had made distinguished contribution to the growth and development of higher education, path-breaking research and innovations in India. A renowned thought leader, Professor Sharma has immensely contributed to public awakening on various matters, including the need for integrating ethics in science and technology. Recipient of many awards and recognitions, Professor Sharma has been conferred with the honorary degree of Doctor of Engineering by his alma mater, University of Birmingham, in July 2013, an honorary degree of Doctor of Science by Dr. K.N. Modi University in October 2019. A crusader of India's rich culture, philosophical, science and technology heritage, Dr. Sharma is a leading light of Indian higher education, deeply committed to ushering a new dawn of India's glory in higher education research and innovation. Having said that, may I now request Sir to address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ananya ji, for your very kind words about me. Nobody would have made me Vice Chancellor without such decorations. We all know this very well. But all the decorations apart, we are in a highly opportune time today, not only here in our country, but around the world, because the world has become one today. It is no longer divided into the tight compartments in which we conceived the very definition of nations or patriotism in the past. And that is why I'm so happy that India is this year heading the presidency of G20 countries, which comprise of the high and mighty countries like USA, USSR, China and Japan, and also South Korea and Singapore, but also rapidly emerging and rapidly advancing economies like India. And that is why we are in a highly privileged position today to think about what could we do now that we are all one family, one world, and we have a common future ahead of us. And for this, it would be very important for us to look at internationalization from a very different perspective. In the past, when we looked at internationalization, it was largely for international business, at the most learning from each other for our higher education. But today, internationalization is from the point of view of pooling together the best of the brains of the world and solving the pressing problems which have been hanging around us for decades together. Our entire advancement of science and technology, on one hand, created a world where we had capabilities unprecedented for exploiting nature and its natural resources, creating great mansions, creating great monuments. But on the other hand, it has also brought us face to face to some ground realities. We have a challenge to deliver to the younger generation. And therefore, I would propose to this very important competition that we look at internationalization from the point of view of creating a new hope in the younger community for peace, for harmony, for living in a world of bliss and happiness where prosperity and happiness together could be, in fact, the hallmark of our developmental activities. No one better than our very distinguished chief guest, Professor Ranveer Singh ji, would have been chosen to guide us in this regard at this moment of time when we are rediscovering the meaning and purpose of our coming together as world as one family and working together for a common cause, lifting up the youth of the world towards a world in which we all would like to live and would like to create for the generations to come. Having said this, let me also say that internationalization requires us to go back to our basics. Our forefathers perhaps were more international, and they were right in their approach at that time to talk about what they call the universal principles of coming together of the world as one family. For them, Satyamev Jayate was non-negotiable. No matter whether you are an Indian or a Pakistani or a Bangladesh or an American or a Russian or a Chinese, they looked at cardinal principle of truthfulness. They looked at the cardinal principle of righteous conduct. They looked at the purity of mind and purity of heart with which you will connect with each other and create business with Atmita, not just coming together on the basis of an international agreement for producing something or selling something. They were to connect with each other for the common purpose of giving their very best for the welfare and well-being of the entire humanity. And that is why for them, internationalization was not really from the point of view of merely creating capability in one corner and fight with another corner. It was surely intended and meant to create business with Atmita, to connect with Atmita with each other, to create business with Atmita. Atmita for them was in fact the great connect of minds and hearts of the people. And that is why often they say that India won the entire world without fighting even a single war. India was Vishguru not because we were signing degrees for everybody. It was primarily because the people of the world were looking towards India as a lighthouse of wisdom by which hope, peace, prosperity, and happiness could be cultivated, unlimited, and infinite. They also look towards India for understanding the basic meaning and purpose of our existence and basic meaning and purpose of what we do in our life, right from our childhood up to the last breath of our life. And that is why internationalization at that time was putting together as one family and serving each other with head, heart, and soul. They were even trying to say in the Vedas in those days, Samani Akiticha, Samani Akiticha, मनसा समानिचा, हृदयानी समानिचा, हमारे हृदय एक हों, हमारी आकृति एक हो, हम देखने में भी एक से लगे, ऐसा लगे कि हम सब एक ही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करते हैं। मनसा समानिचा, हमारे माइंडसेट एक हों, मंत्रा भी समानिता, काम करने के हमारे स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स भी कॉमन हो, एंड ऑल दिस शुड लीड टुगेदर टू द नोबल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ शहनो यशः शहनो ब्रह्म वर्चसम. That means not individually or in a small group, but collectively, we as a society, not only here in our country, but around the world, together rise to name, fame, and glory in our own lifetime and create a world of bliss and happiness all around, protecting both the interest of man as well as Mother Nature, so that Buddha could smile and say that what kind of people we have in this country we are, making me so proud and happy. It was in this context, in fact, the internationalization is to be reimagined, reinvented, reconfigured, and redesigned, in my opinion. Having said with, let me also say that we are in a world today, which is the world of transparency, world of technology, world by which we all are being watched by one or the other, and everybody is watching each other. In this world, a matter of superiority on the basis of military bias cannot really be the reason to win over somebody, even though that country may be small. I think the war between Russia and Ukraine is the perfect example that no matter, you could be a superpower, but you cannot win even a small country which can now mesmerize you with the use of technology, which gives immense capabilities even to the new and otherwise being called novice. And that is why in this level playing field which has been created in the digital world on the strength of technology, we need to understand the role of internationalization and coming together from the point of view of creating collective good for the goodness of the humanity at large, but not sacrificing our national interest at the same time. We need to redefine our patriotism. We need to understand that our national boundaries are transparent today. Let you be the part and parcel of a world where all of us are committed to one single objective, and that is the peace and harmony, not only just here, but all around the world. Businesses, governance, education, and all that we do have to be redefined from the point of view of creating such kind of world, in fact, in which let me finish by saying that in this context, international laws have to be revisited. They were earlier from the point of view of creating these laws, from serving the point of view of ensuring that no abatement of law takes place as far as fundamental rights are concerned, or the privacy is concerned, or for that reason, the intellectual properties are concerned. But today we have to now redefine them from the point of view so that collectively we are able to create that collective good for the humanity. And we need to perhaps be very careful in doing so, because in this world, we cannot encroach upon anybody's rights and his responsibilities so easily, because the world is one, and what we commit therefore has to be with clarity. All our agreements and all our MOUs have to be very clearly worded and defined, because the whole of the world today is asking, whenever I meet the international people, they say, sir, it's very difficult to understand the intent and intentions of what we signed together. While we understand English from the point of view of saying what you mean and writing what you have really meant, in India, they say, we did not mean this, what we have written here. So in tomorrow's context, I think the clarity of words and clarity of expressions in context of the law would be the defining feature of the international law, by which we will avoid the abatement of laws much more than, and we will create greater compliance of laws. That way, the work of the lawyers would be much simpler. The Honorable Lordship would also have much easier, actually, time to preside over the judgments, and maybe the number of cases which are currently hitting headlines around the world, around 4 or 5 crores, which are pending in the court of law today, would be minimized to bare minimum. I'm not here to undermine the strength of increasing the number of lawyers in my country. I want more and more to graduate with degrees of law, but I am also not here for multiplying the number of court cases and creating, in fact, a situation where the justice is delayed beyond the repairs of our capability. With these words, may I take this great opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to our very distinguished chief guest, Professor Ranveer Singh Ji, who is one of the greatest well-wisher of Amity family I know, Amity Education Group. He has been connected with head, heart, and soul to bless us, to build up the islands of quality in our universities in India and also our campuses abroad. And we are very happy that our own law school, under the inspirational guidance and leadership of Major General P.K. Sharma, with the support of our highly talented and inspired faculty and inspired minds of students, is making, in fact, a new beginning in terms of rising to name, fame, and glory, both nationally as well as internationally. I look toward this international moot court competition from the point of view of creating new and intense urge and desire to redefine the meaning and purpose of internationalization, so that together we as a world family achieve the targets which we are setting out for ourselves, to eradicate poverty, to eradicate hunger, even eradicate diseases and create a disease-free world in our own lifetime, cut down our time to visit to the hospital. Even then, it would so that we could really serve the cause of living a happy and healthy life of 100 years. I want to see the celebration of 100th anniversary of India's independence myself. That time I would be just 100. And that would be the time I would be witnessing with great pride. And so would be my friend, of course, Professor Ranveer Singh Ji. But to make that happen, I need to ensure that the quality of air is right, quality of water is right, no food adulteration is allowed, unnecessary anxieties and stresses created are also avoided. Individuals submit more to self-discipline, and society becomes a law-abiding society. Citizens become law-abiding citizens, and they take pride in being part of this great nation, but also taking pride in saying, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, and we are here for one and everyone around the globe with head, heart, and soul. With these words, I extend to you my very best wishes for the successful conduct of the International Moot Court for our university. Thank you so much indeed for giving me this opportunity. Namaskar.
Very grateful to you. Very, very grateful to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words have always worked as a guiding light for each one of us. It is a pleasure to welcome the presence of Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh to the inauguration of the first Amity International Moot Court competition. Founder and former Vice Chancellor of Nalsar, Hyderabad, all right, sir, and NLU Delhi, currently working as the PVC of
Sir,
ILL.
let everyone know who's here, sir, to address, sir. Kindly give us this opportunity, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Founder and former Vice Chancellor of Nalsar, Hyderabad and National Law University, Delhi, currently working as the Pro Vice Chancellor, IILM, Gurgaon. He has been Pro Vice Chancellor at IILM, Gurgaon. Pro Chancellor as IILM, Gurgaon. He has been associated with the National Legal Services Authority, Indian Law Institute, National Police Academy, National Committee in IPR, Confederation of Indian Industries, Indian Society of International Law, Committee of Experts on Law, National Commission for Women, National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Sciences, DNA Profiling Advisory Committee, DPAC, SARC Law, India Chapter, Commonwealth Legal Education Association, All India Council of Technical Education, New Delhi, Governing Body of the Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi, National Institute of Rural Development, Hyderabad, Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla, and the 19th Law Commission of India. He has been the Vice President and President of Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute, Delhi. Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh has assisted the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, in preparing the India's National Report on Human Rights for the year of 2008, 12, and 17. He was also part of the high-level Indian delegation which presented the second and third Universal Periodic Review at United Nations Human Rights Council, Geneva, held in 2012 and 2017, respectively. He has also been a member of the esteemed committee that drafted the new Police Act. Sir has been the recipient of many awards in recognition of their accomplishments, like Professor N.R. Mahadev Menon Best Law Teacher Award 2011, Madhavan Madhav Menon Best Law Teacher Award 2011. Professor Dr. Singh has also been awarded with the award of Ambassador for Peace for promoting peace and harmony by Universal Peace Federation 2019 and Lawyers of India Day Award in 2018 for outstanding contribution to the development of the legal education in India from Bar Association of India 2018. Alumnus of distinction at the Golden Jubilee Commemorative Special Convocation of Kurukshetra University 2007 by His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India. Hall of Fame Top 50 as an individual who has helped shape the legal landscape of modern India. His contributions in redesigning legal education in the country has been instrumental. His legal writing spans the areas of jurisprudence, human rights, legal education, legal aid, personal laws, and justice education, and has more than 50 research publications to his credit. He has edited many publications, including one on human rights education, law and society, and the other on cyberspace and law issues and challenges. He has also co-authored 2 scholarly publications, one on fiscal federalism, constitutional conspectus, and other on constitutional law. May I now request Professor Dr. Ranveer Singh to address the gathering.
Thank you very much. Very, very elaborate introduction. In fact, thank you, Major General Sharma, for giving me this opportunity to be with you. I also like to convey my best wishes to Dr. Ashok Chauhan, a very dear family member of Amity family and a very dear friend of mine, my elder brother. The patron, Dr. Ashim Chauhan, the VC, my, I don't know what should I call him, more than a family member. I often say there are certain relations which do not come into definitional framework. And we share that relationship where we cannot define what kind of relationship we have. We have a very strong mutual appreciation society for each other, on all for us. It was wonderful hearing you, and my task has been made absolutely easy by what you said, and I have no chance to disagree with you on whatever you said, because India is different, and we have been giving lot of wisdom to the world, and probably there is a time now the world should take the wisdom if the world has to be lived peacefully. Thank you very much for those very, very words of wisdom. And I also have PVC, Professor Madhukar here. And then the delegates, I learned there are about 36 teams participating in the first International Moot Court Competition 2023. Congratulations to all of you. Very well organized, very impressive video you have shown us. The task became slightly easy to understand the problem. And probably my best of wishes to you for your first International Moot Court competitions. People will often ask me, what is the mandate of the law school? And I often say that mandate of any law school should be to produce a generation of professionals, in our case lawyers, those who are technically sound, professionally competent, and socially relevant. And when I say they should be technically sound, by that I mean we saw COVID. During COVID, we saw that how internet is important, how technology is important for us in today's world. And technology and law are now inseparable. And the way we were doing blended learning, blended evaluation, blended examination, blended lecturing, now we could see that without technology we cannot survive. Even best of our high courts and Supreme Court were functioning on online hearings, and at least the business as usual was carrying on. So it is very, very important for the students of today to understand and to acquire expertise in technology and law. And the second aspect is professionally competent. By professionally competent, I mean that you have systems, you have courses, you have programs where you train your students and they acquire the art of advocacy in the sense how to argue a case, and the art of speaking, the art of communication, the body language, how to do research. There are so many facets of how you can become a good advocate. And this is how it provides you a lot of opportunity. The third component, which is very, very important for me, you may be a very successful lawyer, you may be technically sound, professionally competent, but you should be socially relevant. That's why the Bar Council of India introduced the legal aid scheme, that each and every student studying in a law institution should take a lot of interest in legal aid schemes, because we don't want to produce robots in the sense those who will apply law and decide cases in High Court or Supreme Court. We also want to produce good human beings. And those good human beings will be good human beings when they take care of the, as Sharmani said, the fundamental rights and human rights of our people, and that they have to be socially relevant. So unless until legal education is socially relevant and we connect our students to communities, the purpose is not done. Now, my first question to anybody, and if I draw a landscape of the legal education institutions in the country, let me share with you that I, being in the Legal Education Committee and the Standing Committee of Bar Council, we have about roughly 1,800 law institutions teaching law in the country, 250 law faculties, and 25 law schools at the top of it. Now, the one question which is very, very agitating in my mind is that out of these 1,800 institutions, how many are actually participating in courts, are in moots? That's a very, very important question. And if they are not participating, what is the role of the law schools or good institutions, those who have expertise, to create that kind of competency by organizing programs or workshops or conferences or seminars or through any kind of a meet, or to create a MOOCs, so that the other law schools, those who are not that fortunate and those who are in the remotest parts of the country, can also acquire expertise in moots. When I was a student, we never knew what moots is. We had mock trials. I would also wish that the concept was very, very important, because it is not everybody will go to the High Court and the Supreme Court. A large part of the students, those who join us, they are going to join, as you put it, that the lower courts in our country. And they are equally important, rather more important than them, those who are going to join the High Courts and the Supreme Court. So in this background, I would certainly reminded of what Shiv Khera says, that we should not do moots the same way, we should do it differently. So what differently we can do? Probably we should organize moots which are more socially relevant. And by that I mean, let me very frankly share with you, I'm very happy that you are organizing an international moot. But if I put a question to you, all of my law schools, including your Amity International Moot Court Competition, how many students actually would like to litigate tomorrow in the International Court of Justice or International Court of Criminal Justice through international law? Not even 1%, not even 1 in 1,000, not in 1 in 10,000. So what kind of, so I'm amazed, Sharmaji, what kind of expertise we are creating. I would be happy that we organize moots, we are more socially relevant, where we connect with the societies, where we have an interface with the society, we deal with the societal problems. And India is not in cities, We live in 6 lakh villages. And there are problems and problems of, see how many law institutions have really devised or arranged moots on the farmers' bill, which we had, and tried to discuss what was wrong with that, or was it all right, and what agitation the farmers had for such a long time. Why are they agitated? Nobody bothered. Nobody, not even a single law school out of 1800 bothered to study and have a moot on those law-based farmers' bill. There are very pressing problems for the country. Why instead of being international lawyers and going to International Court of Justice and International Court of Criminal Justice, deal with the grassroots level problems. What are the problems faced by the society? Problems like dowry now. Now we are the Supreme Court is discussing same-sex marriages. Are we mentally prepared for that kind of a systemic change or societal change in our country? Or we have more moots on constitutional law and the or other laws. I am not saying that we should not organize moots on competition law or the merger acquisitions or company law or energy law. I'm very happy because new subjects have to develop, expertise have to be developed, because Moot is a very, very important exercise for students. But at the same time, my idea is, let us not lose focus of what we should really do. And this I'm saying because the kind of moots we are organizing, I'm slightly concerned and also feeling not very happy that are we really addressing diversity in this country through these moots? Or these moots are elitist, confined to a particular class of students and do not respond to the entire gamut of students in 1800 colleges or law schools? Are we inclusive, or are we excluding a class which is you think is not as competent as are you? And if they are not, what is your responsibility? Is it not your responsibility to train them, to call them to your institution and say, okay, if you don't have the facilities, you come to us in batches of 50 or 60 or 70. We will train you how to do a moot and start with simple problems. Why can't we do it? This is not happening. This is the duty of the student. This is the duty of the faculty. This is the duty of the institutions. We at Delhi, when I was Vice Chancellor, I started for the faculty National Academy for Law Teachers, because it is our duty to train the teachers how to teach, what are teaching methods, and how different subjects can be taught differently. And then access. And if we organize programs where everybody in this country will not have access or affordability, what is our responsibility? How do we hold ourselves responsible? And that means, in that sense, we leave equity. And somebody very nicely remarked, if law is not justice and justice is not law, the states are nothing but great rubber bands. In that case, equity has to be informed. Equity has to be at the center of all our discussions. We are Indians. We cannot do away with equity at every stage of our functioning. I am reminded of a small incident where a car of a federal judge of America broke down, and he stopped a cab and said, "Would you take me to the court of law across the road?" The cab driver just turned back and said, "Sir, are you saying to the court of justice?" And the judge realized, said, "Sorry, take me to the court of justice." For a common man, they are not going to the court of law. They are going to the court of justice. So these issues of law and justice have to be addressed by the law students. And I'm not saying that we cannot organize international moots, but this I'm saying because I'm attending a lot of programs, especially in the law, even in the law schools, where I address either at the valedictory or at the inaugural, and I'm finding that 90% of the moot problems are on international law, where not even 1% students out of 10,000 students go and practice. The litigation is somewhere else. I can understand. Mooting, of course, is a key part of the education, of legal education, particularly for those interested in pursuing a career in litigation. And it is very important. And that's how we find that these expertise have to be developed. And on way to the my office, I thought, why should we have moots? And then I found that through moots we can imbibe, we can nurture lot of values which are very important for a law student. Like when two teams will argue on a particular problem, they develop self-confidence, right? So it may be a student of first year or fifth year, self-confidence for a lawyer is very important. Dealing with conflict, we deal with conflicting situations. Dealing with stress, because when a lawyer would argue, and when you see those judges sitting in front of you, you feel a lot of stress initially. So how you deal with stress and how you set your priorities. You also learn decision making, and you also learn problem solving, that you are given a problem and how you solve a problem. You manage your times. You have to speak within a specific time in moods, though in courts that is not there. But at the same time, you are given a specific time in moods, and then you have to also deal with criticism. Sometimes the other party will criticize you, your arguments. Also, how you deal with that. You have to also identify resources, how to do research, where to find resources, what material will help you. Effective listening is improved, effective speaking is also improved, and you start systematic thinking. You start critical thinking, and you develop analytical ability. If one activity like moods will nurture how many dozens of values in you, I can't tell you. So there can't be any other activity more important than this. I believe this is a very important exercise, and I wish the competition all success. But at the same time, I also would be happy that next move, if you organize, it should deal with societal problems. Thank you very much, everybody, for inviting me and for all this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insight into the very meaning and purpose of organizing Moot Court. You're absolutely right. We need to build up the articulation and capabilities by which they are able to access facts and analyze and present them in the most effective manner in the court of law. At the same time, of course, managing themselves in such a manner that when they come out of the court, let them not be looking exhausted totally. So I think these are very important traits. I'm sure the younger student community has been very much delighted to hear you saying these words of wisdom. We are so thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for illuminating our minds with your thoughts. I would further move on.
I would now request our director of Amity Law School.
Just a minute before that, I would like to request all the dignitaries to please allow us to play the movie one more time. Because of the network glitch, we could not play the entire movie, and now our team is ready with it. We have prepared it with a lot of hard work, and we really need to show it for our participants.
Go ahead. I want to see whether you discuss anything beyond the border issues.
Yes, sir, for sure, for sure. So, sir, do I have the permission to play it?
Yes, yes, please.
Thank you so much, sir. IT team, please play the video.
Ananya, if there is any issue, then I think we can.
So we are playing it. Just a
Okay,
second.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, play it.
The USS is a well-developed country in South Asia. It is famous for being the world's most populated country, with a population of around 1.3 billion people. China gained its independence on October 31st, 1943, and before that, it was ruled by various other foreign powers. The United States of China, after securing its independence, adopted a constitution which transformed it into a strong democratic republic. On its western front, the USS shares its borders with Kyrgyzstan, which is a hostile neighboring country. Kyrgyzstan has a population of around 500 million people, and its history tells us about its military coup which has occurred twice. And because of that, public health and education are declining, but the inflation is skyrocketing. And lately, popular unrest has grown in this country. The relation between the two countries have been rough. 3 wars have been fought in the last 30 years, and the incidents of cross-border hostilities are frequent.
Good morning, everyone. We got an intel from Kyrgyzstan. They are planning to attack our city, Ropan. What are our options?
Mr. President, we should take this matter very seriously. और हमें कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा इनको रोकने के लिए.
Exactly, Mr. President. This is a matter of great concern. हम अपने देश की सिक्योरिटी के साथ ऐसे खिलवाड़ नहीं होने दे सकते हैं. We need to take care of the safety and security of our people.
सर, हमने कैंप की एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन ढूंढ ली है.
और हाँ, हमारे पास वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन है that we need to launch an attack and neutralize the threat.
All right. Set a special force and neutralize them on 15th of June 2021.
गुड वर्क टीम. हमने टेररिस्ट कैंप को खत्म कर दिया है. अब हमारा खतरा टल चुका है.
लेकिन टीम, हमें अभी भी सतर्क रहना पड़ेगा.
अंडरशूट सर. Sir, we have detected sniper activity in the civilian house. ठीक है, खत्म कर दो उन्हें.
Yes, go for it, officer.
As the special force reached the targeted camp, the officer in charge commanded the squad to attack. The squad mistook a civilian house nearby for a sniper nest and fired an RPG at the said house.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rachel, reporting live from studio to give you recent updates on the USS and Kyrgyzstan situation. The USS Special Forces carried out a strike on a civilian house, mistaking it for an enemy sniper nest. This has led to deaths of over 20 civilians. The international community and people of Kyrgyzstan are outraged by this act of aggression. The Kyrgyzstan government has declared this as a deliberate act of war and warns the USS to prepare for unimaginable repercussions. Now we have a reporter live from the field of Kyrgyzstan.
We bring you to the on-ground situation. As you all can see, the protesters have captured the USS embassy. They are creating so much violence here. इन्होंने हमारे buses जला दिए हैं, and the situation is getting out of control.
In a move to de-escalate situations between two countries, the government of USS deployed a special consular officer to the embassy of USS in Kyrgyzstan. The ambassador arrived in Kyrgyzstan and worked upon de-escalating the situation between the two countries so that further incidents of violence could be avoided. As the days passed in Kyrgyzstan, the people took to the streets, blocking roads and highways and organizing sit-ins in front of the government buildings. Police was called to disperse the crowd, but then the protesters were defiant and they were chanting slogans against the government calling for war.
This is an act of aggression against our people. We demand justice to all the lives we have lost. The USS has declared war on Kyrgyzstan with this act of terrorism. We warn the ESS to prepare the consequences of their act. We will not sit idle while our citizens are killed in cold blood. The government of Kyrgyzstan considers the recent actions of the USS to be an act of war. We will not stand while any enemy continues to disregard our sovereignty and security. Our country has always been committed to peaceful coexistence and co-diplomacy. But we will not hesitate to respond to any threats to our security and stability.
This is the most recent update from the ground, sir.
This is a crisis situation. I want a meeting in my private chamber right now.
Right away, sir.
Okay, everybody, this is a dire situation. US's citizens have been taken hostage in Kyrgyzstan. What are our options?
Mr. President, a military operation to storm the embassy is not feasible. Protesters are heavily armed. If we go by the force, we will face the heavy casualties.
Mr. President, हम information gather कर रहे हैं to find out any weaknesses in their defense. पर अगर हम कोई भी मिशन कैरी आउट करेंगे तो उसके सक्सेसफुल होने के चांसेस बहुत कम हैं.
Mr. President, I would suggest that we must negotiate with the protesters and also reach out to the Kyrgyzstan government as soon as possible.
I agree with this minister. हमारे सिटीजन्स को सेफली वापस लाने का एक लौता ऑप्शन नेगोशिएशंस हैं. हमें काजस्तानी गवर्नमेंट के साथ कोऑर्डिनेट करके अपने सिटीजन्स को वापस लाना चाहिए.
All right then, it's settled. I'll make a crisis team consisting of Minister of Defense, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Chief of Defense, Director of FAI, and I want my citizens back.
The Kyrgyzstani government has refused to get involved in the crisis and made no efforts to secure the release of hostages. In fact, it was believed the government of Kyrgyzstan has directly supported and encouraged the group of protesters holding the embassy hostage. Members could come and go freely from the compound. It was believed the Kyrgyzstani government has been fulfilling the demands of those holding hostages. And also they supported the charges of espionage against the embassy personnel and threatened to put the personnel on trial for charges on espionage.
Sir, the situation in Kyrgyzstan embassy is still very tensed. The protesters are holding our embassy members as hostages. Would you like to tell us government's views on this?
We have already made it clear that we will not interfere in internal matters of another country. काज़ाकिस्तान की सरकार अपने लोगों के पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट करने की राइट को एक्नॉलेज करती है, लेकिन सबसे ये आग्रह करती है कि इस सिचुएशन को जल्द से जल्द खत्म किया जाए.
But sir, there are reports coming that Kyrgyzstan government is supporting these protesters and even encouraging them to do such actions. Would you like to tell us something about this?
ये सब झूठ है. हम किसी भी ग्रुप को सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे, किसी भी होस्टेज टेकर को सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे. हम ये चाहते हैं कि ये मैटर जल्द से जल्द पीसफुली रिजॉल्व.
But sir, our eyewitnesses have seen that the protesters are roaming around the compounds of the embassy very freely and the security guards are not even stopping them to do so. Doesn't that show that government is least bothered about their actions?
जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, हम किसी चीज़ को सपोर्ट नहीं करते. हम यही चाहते हैं कि ये जो मैटर है ये पीसफुली और जल्द से जल्द रिजॉल्व हो जाए. जितनी होस्टेजेस हैं वो अपनी कंट्रीज में वापस जाए. थैंक यू.
As the crisis entered its fourth day, a confidential paper was leaked in the world media from the Ministry of Defense of the USS, reporting the engagement of some embassy officers in illegal espionage activities. Kyrgyzstani authorities then claimed to have evidence of covert operations by the USS embassy staff, including attempts to destabilize the Kyrgyzstani government and incite unrest among the local population. Kyrgyzstani authorities also claimed that the US government had been providing support to opposition groups in Kyrgyzstan.
According to the Kyrgyzstani officials, the anger and the frustration of the people of Kyrgyzstan who stormed the embassy of the USS was a legitimate response to the actions of the USS government. After this leak, the Kyrgyzstan government stopped answering to the questions of the USS government.
Okay, everybody, what happened?
Gentlemen, we have a new problem. A confidential paper from the Ministry of Defense has been leaked in the world media.
What? What does that paper say?
Mr. President, हमें ये पता चला है कि some of the embassy officers have been involved in the spying activities.
These are some serious allegations, Mr. President. Who are the people in question?
It seems that the officer involved are from the same embassy that is being currently held by the protests in Kyrgyzstan.
This could not have come at a worse time, Mr. President. ये आग में घी का काम करेगा.
I know. We'll be taking decisive actions against the people who are involved. We'll be running an investigation to know ये paper कहाँ से leak हुआ.
But what about the hostages? This will further complicate the negotiation.
The minister is right, Mr. President. This could jeopardize the safety of our citizens.
हमें इसकी तह तक जाना पड़ेगा. Mr. President, if allegations are true, they must be held accountable.
Okay, we'll be going for the negotiations on the other hand.
Agreed, Mr. President. We must ensure the safety of our citizens. लेकिन एक बार आप legal advisors से भी मिल लीजिए. They'll tell you about the next step.
Okay, everybody. We have reached a critical position in this crisis. We have to take a decisive action against Kyrgyzstan. What are our options?
Mr. President, we have prepared a case for the International Court of Justice against Kyrgyzstan. We believe that they have violated several laws and conventions.
Which conventions, Council?
The Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of 1961 and its optional protocol concerning the compulsory settlements of disputes. The Vienna Convention on Consular Relations of 1963 and its optional protocols concerning the compulsory settlements of disputes. And also the Convention on Prevention and Punishment of Crimes against Internationally Protected Persons, including diplomatic agents of 1973.
That's a very strong case, Council. But what do we hope to achieve by taking Kyrgyzstan to ICJ?
Sir, we hope to obtain a ruling from the court that Kyrgyzstan has violated these international laws and conventions. This will put a pressure on Kyrgyzstan to release our citizens and to take the responsibility for their actions.
All right then. We'll file an application in ICJ and see our legal options. And we'll be getting our citizens back as well.
Mr. President, हमें काजिस्तान को ऐसे जाने नहीं दे सकते हैं. We must hold them accountable for their action.
हमें काजिस्तान को दिखाना होगा कि ऐसा behavior tolerate नहीं किया जाएगा.
It was further claimed that under the foregoing international legal obligations, the government of Kyrgyzstan be directed to secure the safe release of all the USS nationals currently being detained within the premises of the USS Embassy, that the government of Kyrgyzstan submits for prosecution of those persons responsible for the crimes committed against the premises and staff of the USS Embassy. The government of Kyrgyzstan filed objections against the USS application on grounds of non-violation of international law, absence of ICJ's jurisdiction to hear the dispute, commission of the Elite Act by an armed mob and not by the state, existence of a state of armed conflict when the Elite Act took place, and the inapplicability of the conventions during the existence of a state of armed conflict.
Thank you, Team Lawale, for an amazing depiction of the entire Moot proposition.
I would now request our Director, Amity Law School and Dean Law Faculty, Major General P.K. Sharma, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Akshay and Ananya, for giving me this opportunity of thanking everyone present here. We are very, very grateful to Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh for having spared so much of time for this inaugural ceremony. As he told you in the very beginning, he has a flight for Ahmedabad. So immediately after his address, he left. But wonderful, we take his advice very seriously, whatever he has conveyed, and he so succinctly summarized what is a moot, what is the importance of a moot. Yes, we all know that, but the manner in which he conveyed, we will certainly go by it, and we will conduct better moots. He has said that we should have moots of social relevance. We must go to the smallest law school who are not capable of organizing such events and assist them. We will certainly do that. I take this wonderful opportunity of thanking our founder president and the Honorable Chancellor Sirs, who have always been the guiding force for the not only for the institute but particularly the law school. They take so much of interest in our events. Our own Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. P.B. Sharma, I mince no words in saying that give him a topic and he can speak so much relevance on it. So we are very, very grateful to our own Vice Chancellor, sir, for this wonderful discourse that we had with him today. His words of wisdom will take us forward in organizing better events. Our respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Vikas Madhukar, he had another meeting, and therefore in between he also had to leave. But sir, we are very grateful to you. My own team, wonderful. You have done a wonderful job. Whatever glitches come, this is fighting against the IT. So we have nothing to do with it. You guys have done a wonderful job. I'm very grateful to each and every team which is participating. I wish them the very best for the tournament. I have always maintained that winning and losing is part of a competition. You may win the competition, you may get eliminated in first round, you may get eliminated at any stage. It is immaterial. The fact is that you are seriously participating, which will make you learn all the good things about mooting. So my own IT team, very grateful to Mr. Rawat and his entire team. They were running from one courtroom to another trying to resolve the issue, and finally they could do that. All the team members, all the attendees, thank you very much for sparing your time, and I wish the Law Society a great event. Please go ahead with your events, and all the participants participate with good spirit, sportsman spirit as we call. Play the game in the spirit of game. Thank you very much, and we wish once again from the entire law school all the best to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to inform all the participants that there will be a session conducted by SCC online from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., followed by Pahuja Law Academy from 2:30 p.m. to 2:50 p.m. Links for the same have been already mailed to all the participants. And the researchers' test will be conducted from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Kindly join the respective links sharp at 2:55 p.m. Please coordinate with your TRV.
Just 1 minute. I also take this opportunity of thanking our sponsors, SCC Online and EBC, Legal Bites. I don't treat him as a sponsor. He's one of us, Mayank Shekhar's Legal Bites, and Pahuja Law Academy. All three have every time, we just have to put in a word and they are there to sponsor our events. So thank you very much, our sponsors, and we look forward to your continued support.
Thank you, everyone. I would now request you all to get in touch with your TRs and join your respective links. You all can exit this meeting. Thank you.